Hello everyone, welcome back to my GH Spoiler channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. General Hospital, today's full episode, March 10th, 2026. Willow faints as GH's biggest secrets explode. You will not believe what happened. Fans, buckle up, because Monday, March 10th delivered what may go down as the most jaw-dropping episode in General Hospital history. We are talking tears, confessions, a medical emergency, and a betrayal so savage that the studio audience reportedly gasped out loud. If you missed it, you are about to have your mind completely blown. Let's break it all down, scene by devastating scene. The moment everyone is talking about, Willow collapses in the hospital corridor. It happened in broad daylight, right in the middle of General Hospital's busiest hallway, and nobody saw it coming, least of all Willow Tate herself. The episode opened with Willow rushing through the corridors of GH, clutching a manila folder stuffed with lab results she clearly wasn't supposed to have seen. Her face was pale, her hands trembling. Viewers immediately knew something was terribly wrong. But nothing could have prepared anyone for what came next. Michael Corinthos cornered her near the elevators, his jaw tight, his eyes searching. "Willow, we need to talk," he said, voice low. "I know what you found." She turned to face him, and that's when it happened. Her eyes rolled back, the folder slipped from her fingers, and Willow Tate crumpled to the floor in a dead faint, scattering papers across the linoleum like confetti at the world's worst party. Doctors and nurses swarmed. Dr. Monica Quartermain barked orders. And as the camera panned across the scattered lab results on the floor, eagle-eyed viewers caught a glimpse of the name printed on the top sheet, a name that has been setting social media on absolute fire ever since. We'll get back to that. First, the secrets that caused this. Secret number 1. Nina Reeves has known the truth for months and said nothing. The bomb that lit the fuse? Nina Reeves has been sitting on information that could have changed everything, and she chose silence over honesty. In a blistering confrontation scene that honestly deserves an Emmy nomination right now, Carly Spencer backed Nina into a corner at the Metro Court and delivered a speech so withering that the potted plants looked uncomfortable. "You knew," Carly said, her voice dangerously quiet. "You knew what those test results meant. You knew what it would do to Willow, and you sat there and smiled at Sunday dinners and let her believe everything was fine." Nina tried to deflect. She always tries to deflect. But this time, Carly had receipts in the form of a damning text chain between Nina and a GH lab technician that Drew Kane quietly handed over without a word. The look on Nina's face when she realized she had been caught, absolutely priceless. Devastating. Emmy-worthy. She crumbled. She confessed. And Port Charles will never look at Nina Reeves the same way again. Secret number 2. Sonny Corinthos has a son no one knew about. Yes, you read that correctly. Sitting in a diner on the outskirts of Port Charles was a young man named Dominic Solis, mid-20s, dark eyes, a jawline that fans immediately recognized from a certain crime lord's old photo albums. He introduced himself to Ava Jerome with a single loaded sentence. "I think you knew my mother. Her name was Elena. And my father, well, let's just say he runs this town." Ava's wine glass stopped halfway to her lips. The scene cut away before she could respond, but the preview clips suggest that next week's fallout will be nothing short of catastrophic for the Corinthos family. Sonny, who has been navigating his complicated relationship with Michael all season, is about to face a reckoning that no amount of territory or influence can protect him from. Twitter, Instagram, and every soap opera forum on the internet has been in meltdown mode ever since the credits rolled. Secret number 3, Elizabeth Weber's missing year finally explained. For 18 months, fans have been screaming for answers about the mysterious gap in Elizabeth Weber's timeline, the years she spent traveling after the events that rocked her family. Today, those answers finally came, and they were more shocking than even the most committed theorists had predicted. In a quiet, heartbreaking scene set in the hospital chapel, Elizabeth confided the truth to Dr. Finn Hamilton. She hadn't been traveling. She had been in a private care facility in Vermont, voluntarily checked in, recovering from a breakdown so severe that her doctors had at one point believed she might never practice nursing again. "I didn't want anyone to pity me," she told Finn, her voice barely above a whisper. "I didn't want the boys to see me like that, so I lied. I kept lying, and then lying became easier than telling the truth." The performances in this scene were extraordinary, raw, unflinching, the kind of soapy storytelling that reminds you why General Hospital has been on the air for over 60 decades. The lab results and the name on that paper. Back to Willow, back to that folder, and back to the name on the scattered lab results that sent the internet into orbit. When Willow regained consciousness, she refused to let the doctors keep her in a bed. She sat up, eyes blazing, and looked directly at Michael. "Tell me it isn't true," she said. "Tell me those results are wrong." Michael couldn't, because they weren't wrong. The results, partially visible in a freeze frame that fans have been screenshotting obsessively, bore the name Wiley Corinthos, Willow and Michael's son, and the results indicated a genetic marker, a rare hereditary condition that could only have been passed down by a biological parent whose identity Port Charles has never been told. The implication is staggering. If the show goes where it appears to be heading, Wiley's biological heritage may be far more complicated and far more dangerous than anyone has ever suspected. And Nina's secret, her silence, it clicks into place with terrifying, devastating clarity. The episode ended on Willow sitting in that hospital bed, holding Wiley's photo, tears streaming silently down her face as the camera slowly pulled back and the doors of General Hospital closed around her. What's coming next? The previews for Tuesday, March 11th are already sending fans over the edge. Sonny confronts Ava about the mysterious young man. Carly makes a phone call that will change everything. And in the final flash of the promo, a flash so brief you'll miss it if you blink, Willow is seen standing outside a door, hand raised to knock, at an address nobody recognizes. Whose door is she knocking on? What does she know that we don't? And most importantly, how many more secrets is General Hospital hiding? One thing is absolutely certain. This is not a show that is playing it safe right now, and we are absolutely here for every single second of it. Don't miss tomorrow's episode. Trust us, you cannot afford to.